So we intend to produce the very best of the best. And that is why we've brought you in to help us make this happen. Let Africans be able to compete in fields like project management. If you look at the trend today, you will discover that tech is really going above and beyond. Tech is stepping into new territories that people did not even expect. And every tech company that is coming up, every tech solution has teams working on specific products. Now, they don't just need product managers, they need project managers, because if they have timelines on what to deliver, they need people that are going to see to the proper coordination of the entire team. And this is why project managers are in high demand and will continue to be in high demand. And that is one of the goals for what we are doing. Let us be able to get people who can actually go for these jobs, take on the jobs, and do excellently, climbing up the career ladder from there. That is what we want to achieve. Now, what are the expectations you have as a team lead? The expectations you have as a team lead is, one, to coordinate your team to work. So because we have about 480 submissions, so I'm going to assume, at the end of the day, not everybody might actually turn up to take their courses. Nigerians are that way. So I'm going to assume we might have that number reduced to 400. It is possible. So that entails that each and every one of us is going to be working with 40 people, 40 strangers, 40 tough people. Now, your expectations for this task is to ensure your team begins the course and finishes getting the certificate and actually setting up their professional account on LinkedIn, of which we will see to that training. But your sole responsibility is to ensure that they complete the project management course. They start learning from point A to the last. Each and every member of your team has to be up and doing. And now it is left for you to come up with exciting ideas, with innovative ideas that can make the team, motivated enough to work. Because no matter how hungry people are for success, no matter how hungry people are for a career change, at some point they need a push. They need leadership. A lot of people do not have personal leadership. A lot of people do not even have discipline. So they need people like you who have decided to stand out and give them that little push. Who you need to shout at that person, but respectfully. Who you need to put that person to work. Who you need to correct them. Who you need to assist, explain things to as the leader of that team. You do it. Right? So we expect that your team starts and finishes the work, carries out the task, because you're going to be meeting some task in the course. You're going to be meeting new softwares, new Excel sheets, new workflow, and all of that. So each of the stuff you learn, you're expected to master it even more than your team members. Meaning, if anybody brings a question in your team, you should be able to chest and answer those questions. So that is part of the things a leader does. A leader learns ahead of the team. So that is one. Now, we also expect some community activities, because one of the ways to keep a large team working on projects like this is to build a community around that team, to build a community around the crowd. Let there be a community. So people who belong in group 1 should be, excited about something. People who belong in group 2 should have something that makes them excited being in group 2. Like when we were in secondary schools, where we used to do inter-house sports, we had the yellow house, the green house, the red house, and all of that. Now, these houses, there are exciting things about houses that make us want to defend our houses, that make us want to perform. Now, we are bringing that knowledge back to the corporate field. Let people have the feeling of community. Bring up community activities. It could be something they would do that will make the other communities jealous. It's like a competition among the entire team for everybody to come out tops. It could be something they would learn. It could be an activity they would do on social media that sends out the word there. People are wondering what is happening around and all of that, and it's your team pushing it. So we also, the management team of the program, we are watching from the background and taking note of teams that are performing excellently. Like you said before, the top performing interns are going to receive double certificates after the course, meaning a certificate for the course, and then a certificate of internship to show that you performed as an excellent intern for this position. So the ball is currently in your court. I've mentioned social media activities. We are going to be having social media activities. Thank God we have a copywriter and content creator in our midst. So from time to time, we're going to come up with content ideas that will also keep the community engaged on social media to inform people that they are part of something like this. One thing it's going to do for them is this: people who can hire you will already be on the lookout for when you'll be done. People who will need you as interns, because we always advise our students in DEXA to go for internships immediately after taking a course. So once you're done taking a course on DEXA, your next line of action should be to go for an internship even before you start getting jobs. Now we are going to make people make posts on social media, of which people who can hire them will already be on the lookout for them. There are going to be assignments and course project work, like I've mentioned before. The team has to be coordinated enough to put heads together to do teamwork, team project. That is what project management is all about. Let them be able to put their heads together to solve complex problems, to find their way around complex softwares, Excel sheets, if they're included. Anything that seems difficult, let the project manager, let the team lead be able to spot it and bring the discussion to the group, because definitely there'll be people finding a lot of things difficult. But when you bring the topic to the group and make it open, people who understood will make their contributions. People who do not will learn from the contributions being made. Now, your next thing that is expected of you is encouragement of team members. You should be able to encourage your team members. Give them that push, the motivation needed to finish up the task. Encourage them from time to time. Make some updates in the group that helps them stay on track. Make yourself accessible. Let any form of encouragement you can come up with. Thank God we have a lot of people with some professional experiences. You can bring in all the professional experience you've had to the leadership. Even if you've not handled the leadership position before, this is a big opportunity to work with people who might possibly even know way more than you do, because in the group we have a lot of people, just like we introduce ourselves now, and not even a lot of people know there are people here who are already into top management positions. Now you could be working with a CEO of a company in your team. You could have a manager in your team. You could have a company founder in your team who are just looking to upskill. All right. So you must get yourself to that place where you are eligible to encourage these people. And then finally, there are going to be reports on progress. Now, for every 5 days, every team lead, because the program is meant to run for 21 days. Now, 5 days each, you have just 4 reports to make. All right. So every 5 days from tomorrow, the team leads are meant to submit a brief project report. It could be a few lines, but a report that contains everything that has happened, how your team is faring, where you need help, where you can make recommendations to us, who are the program management team. Just a report. We don't need something too official. We don't need something too organized, too puffed up in suit and all of that. No, as simple as it can get, as friendly as you can get, as conversational as you can get. And then I would advise, if you see it as an opportunity to learn and you think you can actually go the extra mile to make it professional, please do. You're also learning by doing that. Just in case you've not had experiences with progress reports, right? And of course, we are going to provide a template to make it easy for you. Now, finally, we didn't want to decide on this ourselves, so I'm going to throw it open to the house.